どうも、皆さんこんばんは、マシロショウです。今回もアウターワールドをやっていきたいと思います。前回は、なんだっけ、安楽死キット、目の前にいる部隊の衛生兵がやられちゃってたよっていう話ですね。えーっと、これアグレッシブじゃなくて、受け身防御優先アグレッシブ。いや、アグレッシブでいい気がするな。やられてたけど、なんか書いてある感じ、ちょっと指示を出すっていうのがめんどくさいので、まあいいでしょう。もう俺どんな感じ？防御上げてくか。一旦ね。OK。で、印刷機を確保しに行くっていうところだね。テラ1出版。んそういう感じか。何これ？アサルトライフルか。なんかもうちょっといい武器出てくれてもいいんじゃない？そろそろ。うん。作業台か。盲目ってなんだろうな。オッケー。あれ？そっちまで行っちゃうんだ。マジやる気満々だね。びっくりした。すげえ飛んだ。敵がいたのか。硬いなお前。いやマジで敵が強くなってきたな。そろそろ攻撃スキルの方にも打っていくべきなのかもしれないね。なんか拾った。なんだあれ。100か。まあまあ高いけど、どうなんだ？スナイパーライフルの使い方が間違ってる気がする。すげえ敵の声しない？いるね。撃ってさ、持ち帰って撃つ。どうなんだ？ローラーを設置する。診断を実行する。ローラーを設置して、終わりか。診断実行した方が良かったかな。で、終わりか。終わったっぽいね。えーっと、 あそこの人たちもいなくなってるし、まあ大丈夫かな。うん。掃除してるからな。
If you'll just listen.
No, no more listening, no more preaching. We are losing people left and right. We need to act.
Enough, Zora. I'm not putting the torch to innocent people. Do you want to bring the board's cruisers and gunships down on us? Captain, apologies, but our situation grows dire. Our people talk of foolish endeavors. What news do you bring?
印刷機を使えるぞ。うん。まあ、印刷機使えるよ。
Excellent.
Did you find the Vanois?
うん、こっちに向かってきてる。
Thank the Eternal.
We're one step closer to bringing the truth to every man, woman, and child in Halcyon. For now, you can tell Hiram that I'll stop using Devil's Peak from the pits of our eternal souls. Thank you, Captain. I have much to do, articles to write, sermons to ponder. We live in such an exciting time. Let's talk later.
Hey, I need to see
ま
to
た
the
上がった。
wounded, but drop by the clinic when you can.
診療所
One
ね。
word.
友好的。これ今話しちゃダメなんだかな。
Nice day.
あ、ダメなんだ。
The monarch. Hey, Captain. I need your help, and we ought to keep it hush-hush. You know about what happened here, right? The history of Amber Heights?
I read about this in Thrilling Tales of the Frontier. Pirates raided Amber Heights. It was a real bloodbath.
Right. Common belief is that the pirates fled to an old relay station that had already been abandoned, but nobody could find them. The station's locked up, but one of my people found an old data cartridge in a nearby rat nest. It's mostly corrupted, but I pulled a couple codes off of it. One is the code to the Amber Heights gate. I don't recognize the other, but it's similar.
なんか面白そうな話だね。分かった。中継局に行ってパスコードが使えるか試してみるよ。うん。まあそうだね。そうだね。
Just a warning.
マ
The
ン
area
テ
is
ィサウ
infested
ル
with
ス。
mantisaurs. I'd send some help, but we're, preparing for war.
OK?
Appreciate it. Here's the code. If it works, bring back anything you find. Supplies are best, but information's good too. If someone was behind the Amber Heights massacre, it'd give a lot of people around here some closure to find out who and string them up. Good luck. Watch out for the Taros.
プテロ。プテロとは一体。これか。マヌケの餌。ここか。とあ、あそこか。あ、あいつがマンティサウルスか。やべ。ちゃんと隠すんだ。偉いな、弱点。外した。ナイス。めっちゃいる。でかっ。メガマンティサウルス。何爆発した？あ、いたいたいたいたいた。あ、誰君。なんか燃えてない？あ、大丈夫か。おー、ナイス。あ、気持ち悪い。うわ、すごいすごいすごい持ってたな。うん。まあこんなもんか。 コードを入力。OK。20レベル。特殊技能も触れるのか。TTD 中が多い化学兵器ってなんだろうな。移動中の命中率ペナルティ減少でも取ろうかな。なんか無難に使えそう。うん。OK。で、スキルだけど、戦闘厳しいからっつってロングガン振るのかどうかだよね。いや、いや、こっち振りたいかな。どっちかっていうと、やっぱ会話いや、ちょっと、80までは行こう。とりあえず。スニーキング、奇襲攻撃。これ伸ばしてみるか。とりあえず。80目標で、スニーキングは。OK。お、敵はいない。人がやられてる。ヘムロックの眼帯めっちゃ装備入ってる。データカートリッジ。こんなもんか。意外とあっさりしてたね。
Welcome back. You find anything out there?
データカートリッジの箱を見つけたよ。
Let's see. These are old. Looks like correspondences between the pirates. Some bits here, some there, some... Wait. This one's got the Amber Heights gate code on it. Just like the one I found earlier. And
尊
here's...
敬のまざざし。
Wait, this is from Graham. Oh, of all the... Captain. He gave them the gate codes.
彼が襲撃を引き起こしたのか。
Yeah,
グラハムってここのリーダーだよね、多分。
it really did. I know he's got his head in the clouds, but I always believed there was a core of good there. What the hell happened to live and let live?
I always figured Mr. Bryant for a man of character. In the end, though, he was just another name on a long list of frauds.
Yeah. He had us all fooled. Now I've got to sort out how to break it to the rest of my people. Thank you for bringing this back, but I need some time. I gotta think. I'll let you know if I figure something out.
Hey,
Okay.
boss. I've been thinking.
Huh?
I can't believe I wanted to shake his hand. I need a shower. Makes you wonder if being a treacherous, two-timing coward is some sort of contagious disease, or if he was just born that way.
グラハム・ブライアントのことか。
At first, I liked what Graham was doing. The iconoclasts were going to change Halcyon for the better. But then, we found out Graham was behind the slaughter of Amber Heights. How can anybody so morally bankrupt lead a movement to transform the colony?
模範になる人を探すんじゃない。その人に騙されてしまうから。いや、グラハムはクソ野郎だった。
That's putting it kindly, boss. Graham's worse than trash. He's a traitor. You'd never do something like that, would you? Slaughter a whole community of innocents?
まあ絶対にしないよ。それはしないよ。 最初にしたのは、まあ、しないよ。
Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's get back to it. I need to put all this ugly business with Graham behind me.
あれサム、サム。
Issuing sanitation ticket. Error. Refill printer paper.
OK。そうか、これどれだけ仲良くなっても盗むは盗むなんだね。ね、ダメだ。よし、じゃあ、なんか増えてる。これな、トスボール関連の武器は使わないからな。有害なステータスの効果時間でも減少させとくか。能力、ちょっと忘れてた。そういえば仲間の能力使いたいなって話だったよね。すっかり忘れてた。20までは振りたいんだった、リーダーシップに。また今度ということで。スキルに関してが多いから、ちょっと待とうかな、これは。特殊攻撃が使えるようになってから考えようと思います。じゃあどうしようかな。ここでのやるべきことは大体やったかな。そもそもね、ここがどの惑星、テラ1だっけ、ここ。モナーク。蘇るじゃあラジオフリーモナーク。そうか、メインミッションがまだ続いてるのか。そうか。じゃあ行きましょう。これでいいや。どういう内容だっけ。情報屋が MSI と偶像収者の取引を手伝う。全然覚えてないけど、喋りかけてみようか。
Well, new business turns up at last.
誰だっけ。
Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me. Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
なんか
Noted.
変な人だね。
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself?
放送を止めてほしいんだが。
Oh. I suppose that means you aren't here for the salt tuna.
残念ながら違うな。
Oh, shame. I'd been saving a bottle of iceberg aged whiskey for an occasion like this. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
本当のところあんたは何を成し遂げようとしてるんだ。あんたが他の企業から自由になったのなら、なんでわざわざ元通りにしようとするんだ。こっちかな。
Because he's scared to go it alone. You need the board to hold your hand and tell you everything's gonna be okay. Ain't that right?
Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
こっちかな。
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
Can't imagine why you'd sneer at the notion of a free colony. Could it be because you're an agent of the establishment?
I used to be young and idealistic too, but you can't run a city on high-minded ideals.
まあそれもそう。
Indeed. Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
Are you out of your mind? You can't just go crawling back to your old masters.
Well, we can't continue to subsist like this either.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
まあ計画を聞かせてほしいね。
It's a two-pronged approach. The first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
どうやらラプティドンの問題が少々発生しているようだが、自分の町を守らなければと気づくまでにどれだけかかったんだまあラプティドンの問題が発生して
And
る
a
よ。
mantisaur problem.
ああ、そうだ
And
ね
a。marauder problem.
うん。
Many problems, but they can all be
Bolt
solved with
52?
the Bolt 52 cartridge. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting with the Bolt 52, we won't need to advertise anymore. We can stop our transmissions altogether.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
渡していいのか？まあ渡すか。
Oh, yes. I'm going to be up all night with this. All those blanks waiting to be filled, boxes waiting to be ticked.
うん。
Try to control yourself, sir.
いつの間に手に入れてたんだ
You
ろうね、
have
あ
no
れ。
idea how powerful this is?
めっちゃ上がった。
Corporations have been toppled with less.
具体的にそのデータカートリッジはどのぐらい役に立つんだ？あんたの口ぶりだと俺に武器を取りに向かわせたという風にしか聞こえないが。
But that's exactly what this is. The world isn't changed with guns and speeches, much as Graham and his followers would like to think, but rather with meticulous documentation.
Hearing that caused me physical pain.
Sorry, Celia's always chiding me about my word choice. I shall endeavor to employ simpler verbiage. And the bill of liquidation/transfer Form 52 is one of the most formidable pieces of data entry in all of Halcyon. One false stroke can invalidate the entire document.
It's true. One of the old execs gave herself a stroke trying to fill out the exemptions section.
うん。で、ボルト52はどういう働きをするんだ？
For our part, a bill of liquidation/transfer Form 52 will protect our holdings on Monarch by temporarily assigning them to a pass-through entity once we drop our bomb on the board.
うん。まあ何が起こるかだけを話してくれ。
Corporate espionage.
なるほど。
How was that, Celia? Did I sell it?
Your best delivery yet, sir.
うん。今回の件で俺があんたを助けたら MSI は放送を停止すると約束してくれ。
Help us with this final matter and we won't need to broadcast anymore. You have my word. I have reason to believe that one of the other corporations is operating on Monarch, illegally and in secret.
The board just can't let Monarch go, huh?
If we can find proof, I can use that as leverage to encourage certain powers that be to accept our Bolt 52 and reinstate us on the board.
うん。
You really think so? I admit I've been hatching this scheme for quite some time. I just needed someone capable to help me carry it out. If someone is operating here, then Catherine's almost certainly supplying them out of Fallbrook. Perhaps she could be convinced to tell you where they are.
うん。彼女のことをよく知ってるような口ぶりだな。
That's part of the problem. She has certain ambitions for Stellar Bay, and I fear my asking her would give her the leverage she's been looking for.
Don't get yourself worked up, sir. It's perfectly natural to have a healthy fear of her.
We really don't need to discuss this now, Celia.
うん。フォールブルックに向かって不正な企業の施設の場所を突き止めればいいんだな。それからは？
Once you, subtly work out where this corporate facility might be, bring back proof of its operation. Maybe some nice letterhead. Or someone working there. That would do it.
うん。OK?
I knew you were the right person for the job. I suppose I'll leave you to it.
なんだこれは。やばい、全く覚えてない。まあ、片っ端からやってっか。
This has been my albatross, the great shame of my career. I give MSI everything. My work, my youth, my left kidney, and for years, I was a joke to them. One of the executives required a transplant. I thought volunteering to donate might improve my prospects.
そうなったのか？
Apparently
まあ
not.
でしょうね。うん。
Yeah, in charge of a scrap heap of a city, abandoned by the board and surviving only through the hypocrisy of our trading partners.
なんか、わかんねえや。
Think about this right now.
いや、何言ってるか全然わかんないよ。
30 minutes of inconsolable weeping later today.
I'll pad it out with an extra 15, sir.
Now, was there something else you need?
別に聞かなくてもいいやつか、これ。まあいいか。よし。で、俺たちは今から何をするんだ？キャサリン・マリンに追加情報を聞く。キャサリンはどこ？誰？うん。
Hey, Cass. Knock, knock.
Uh-huh. You blind, fella? Or can you not see I'm busy? Why is it every sissy pig fucker who strolls into my town expects me to smile and shout awful friendly? Welcome to Fallbrook. Only nugget of paradise in this entire law-forsaken land. Like a void damn advert.
I could listen to her talk for hours.
Truthfully spoken, I do aim to properly represent my aforementioned nugget of paradise.
魅力？やばいだろう。魅力ってなんだ？まあいいか、魅力。
You know, I ain't heard that one.
あ、なんか上がったんだけど。
Suppose I'll have to work harder to show you just what makes our town shine. But first, I'll need to know what brings you, stranger. Well, I'm half listening.
うん。部屋を使いたいんだが、助けはいるか。サンジャルが言うには、お前はモナークである企業の秘密運営について何か知っているということだ。ボスがよこしたんだ。わかんねえけど、サンジャルで。
Might be I know something about it. Might be someone hired my crew to blind drop supplies on the northern bridge. Might be they sure as shit weren't pirates. Now that I consider it, I ain't heard from my delivery team in far too long. Find them for me, and I'll pay you handsomely.
うん、やってみよ
And I'll thank you kindly for it.
う。部屋を使いたいんだが
I take it you don't have a reservation. No matter.
Yo,
I
to.
keep a suite of VIP rooms for visitors of your, let's call it a certain means. The VIP rooms charged by the night.
やっと1
But for
回
you,
の料金
I'll
でいっ
make it
て
a one-time fee. Got a feeling you'll make me a fine investment.
345安くね？
Marvelous. Do take care of the place. Maid service won't clean after a murder.
うん。まあ助けはいるか？
If it's one that don't mind getting dirty, then I sure do. But how am I to know whether you're reliable, if not fully trustworthy?
威圧30。力ずくで聞き出してもいいんだぞ。何も言わない。そんな手段はないよ。威圧で信用されることは、まあ、ないからな。まあ、何も言わない。
Well, that sure convinced me. Fine then. I'll lay it out.
まあ成功したらしい。
There's a Borst factory on up the way, run by a man who calls himself the King. Clive Lundberg, insufferable prick. That aside, it's a business ripe for the plucking. I want it. Clear as that.
うん。なんだか殺人と暴力が関与してきそうな、いや、しそうな気がしてきた。
Stars, I hope so. Clive Lundberg, the self-proclaimed Borst King of Monarch, is swimming in profit and drowning in his ego. He's making the only meal to be had this side of Monarch, and I'm tired of ponying up for my dinner. I want that Borst factory, owner dead or alive. And you're the soon-to-be handsomely paid son of a bitch who's gonna get it for me.
うん。なんだシスティピッグパイ前だ。具体的に何をすればいい
Kill him, run him out. I don't rightly care for the details. So long as Clive knows resistance to me is costly and futile. Hit him where it hurts. In his gut or his production lines ought to make
う
do.
ん。なるほど。まあ別に、まあ死に方法にヒントあるか
If you got brass knockers, you could shoot your way through the front gate. If you don't fancy getting shot to shit, you can try asking Duncan for a disguise. Might be another way in, assuming you're courageous enough to trek the sewers. Boy, if I know.
ただ奴を殺すってのはどうだ
Sometimes the simplest solution is the sweet.
?OK。
I don't give a whit about the method or the means, just the end.
まあいいだろ
It'll be more than good when you're finished. Maybe not for Clive, but for me and you, I'm sure. Oh, and if you don't fancy going in guns blazing or crawling through a sewer pipe, see Duncan in the dry
う。
goods and
ID
sundry.
か。
He ought to have an employee ID in that stash of illicit
いや、
goods. he
銃
keeps
撃
for
戦でいい
select
かな。
clientele. May luck be with you, since I won't be.
OK、ありがとう。さすがに盗む。ID カードはいくらあってもね、いいからね、多分。で、どうやら部屋をもらえたらしいんだけど。常連客。うん。その部屋はどこだい多分鍵が閉まっ、あ、ここだ。おお。おお。なんかいろんなものがあるね。やった、部屋をゲットした。300円で。多分二度と帰ってくることはないだろうけど。やったね。にしてもすごい場所だよな、ここ。何してんの？絶対喋りかけたらイベントあるけど、なんか別にこれ以上イベントやってもなっていう感じはある。は？これ撃っていいの？おかしいでしょ。何これ？もらっとこう。こんなもんか。やったー。重くて走れない。サム大丈夫か？なんだったんだ？まあいいか。さて、ここはなんだ？さあ、鍵か。そういえばさ、スリができるみたいな。スリできるな。ちょっと待って。 くりした。何？なんかいっぱいもらった。さすがにこれは。わーお、スリってすごい。スリってすごい。なんか自販機発見したらしい。すごいね。やばいぞこれ。開けないで。増えて入ってきて。ああ、いやここダメか。あ、これは盗むになっちゃうんだね。バイバイバイバイバイバイバイバイ。やばいやばいやばいやばいやばいやばいよ。やばいやばいやばいやばいやばいやばいやばいやばいやばいやばいやばい。はい、ということで今回はここまでにしたいと思います。最後までご視聴ありがとうございました。またよかったら次回も見に来てください。それじゃあね、バイバイ。やばい。